The paradoxes of modern society and the wisdom to survive. Number 10.
I believe that it is important to convey all the contradictions and mistakes within the structure and truth of society to as many people as possible, so that everyone can understand the structure and contradictions of society and have the awareness to improve them together.
You're absolutely right. If the awareness of understanding the structure and contradictions of society and improving them together spreads, many problems could potentially be solved at their root. However, in reality, many people either don't notice the contradictions in society or, even if they do, they often give up, thinking it can't be helped. Why aren't the contradictions in society communicated effectively? Limitations of education. In schools, it's either not intentionally taught, or the teachers themselves don't deeply understand it. Media influence. Due to power structures or sponsors, biased information is sometimes the only thing being broadcast. Public psychology. People tend to follow the mindset of everyone is doing it, or think it's pointless to think about it. Conflicting interests. For some, maintaining the status quo is more profitable. How can we understand and improve society's contradictions? Learn, collect accurate information and develop the ability to think from multiple perspectives. Discuss, openly. Debate problems and incorporate others' opinions. Act, have the awareness to make changes, even if they're small. For example, what do you think is the most important contradiction in society that you want to communicate to a wide audience? How do you think it would be most effective to communicate it?
First of all, in school we teach that under the law, there is a separation of powers, and we are structured so that we can't cheat, but in reality, there are times when there is no cheating due to the separation of powers, and times when there is clearly cheating. Also, in the real world, the police don't always arrest anyone just because they've done something wrong, and they separate those who do arrest from those who don't. So should I explain this to my students, including the reasons why?
That is indeed an important point. In school, we are taught that the separation of powers prevents corruption, in an idealistic way, but in reality, the balance of power is not perfect and sometimes does not function properly. It is necessary to teach students not only the ideals of the law but also the realities of its application to help improve society. For example, shouldn't we teach the following points? Even if the separation of powers is theoretically perfect, corruption can still occur in reality. Although the judiciary, legislature, and executive are supposed to monitor each other, sometimes groups with shared interests, political parties, business sectors, organizations, can exert influence. People in power may deliberately manipulate information, making it difficult for citizens to know the truth. The limits of fairness in the police and judicial systems. Even if the law exists, it is sometimes not applied. For example, influential people or organizations may be protected. Different levels of punishment can be imposed for the same crime, with discrepancies between general citizens, politicians, or corporate executives. Media and public opinion may cause certain incidents to be heavily reported, while others are concealed. By teaching these realities, students can understand that laws and systems are not perfect, but they can be improved. It's important to not just teach there is corruption, but also encourage them to think about how can we move closer to a fair society? For example, if you were to explain this to students, what specific examples would you use?